can you learn a language with only 15 minutes a day? This is a question that I get relatively often, and not because people are lazy or anything like that. It's because people are busy and they don't have more time than that. I often get calls or messages from entrepreneurs, people, and managers in companies, people like that. And if I give them a plan that implies spending a day, an hour a day, or 2 hours a day learning a language, which obviously is much better than spending 15 minutes learning the language, they don't have 2 hours a week. So let's say if I make them spend 2 hours a day doing something like that, they just can't do it. You don't have the time for that. And often 15 minutes is the best they can do. That's the most time they can find for language learning. So this is what I recommend for people like that. Maybe you are someone like that. Maybe you have a business or whatever, 2 jobs, or a job that's 80 hours a week, a corporate, whatever. This is what I recommend you do. You should focus on things that have a high impact on your language skills. If you try to do something like comprehensible input, you just watch lots of videos. Someone told me in the comments the other day, comprehensible input does work because I watch 15 minutes of videos a day and my Spanish, no, it's not getting better. You literally need thousands of hours of videos to get decent at the language. You need to be watching with subtitles and listening and reading the subtitles at the same time for thousands of hours to get good at the language. How many years is that if you're doing it for 15 minutes a day? So this is what I recommend you do. You need to focus on the things that you want to be able to say. That means language islands. So you should take those 15 minutes and divide them in 3 main exercises that you're going to do. 3 tasks. The first one is not an exercise. You need language islands, you need shadowing, and you need active recall or retrieval practice, whatever you want to call it. Language islands are sentences for specific situations and conversations you usually have or that you want to have, and you learn those sentences really well. So the first 5 minutes, I want you to spend them writing sentences that you want to be able to say. So every day, just brainstorm and write as much as you can. Whatever situations you had recently or that you think you'll have soon, or things that happened to you, plans you've got. You could even tell stories. That time you went to whatever place and this happened. The more you write, the better. Yeah, so the first 5 minutes, just write more. Then we'll take that and we'll translate it into the language, to the target language, and use text-to-speech to create audio files. And now comes the shadowing exercise, which basically means playing the audio, listening to it while you read, and you repeat it aloud. Yeah, everything should be active. If you try to learn passively, you need thousands of hours. And if you've got 15 minutes a day and you want results in a reasonable amount of time, you need to do everything actively. It's going to be hard work, right? So you listen to it and you repeat simultaneously. This is called shadowing, while you also read the meaning. So you got the meaning, one column, the actual sentences that you learn in the other column, your own sentences, so it's relevant and easy to remember. And you keep doing this every day, 5 minutes of shadowing. Just read and listen at the same time and also say it aloud at the same time. This will help you develop muscle memory and improve your fluency. And eventually, if you keep doing this every day, you'll be able to say a lot of sentences, complete sentences as well. So you won't hesitate much. You learn all the grammar and you learn the sentence structures by heart, simply by repeating them. So this is exercise extremely important. If you have the time, you should do this for an hour a day if you want to improve your speaking fast. But let's say you've got 15 minutes only. So 5 minutes preparing more language islands, 5 minutes shadowing the language islands, and the last 5 minutes you should do active recall with the language islands, which means translating mentally into the language and then checking the answer. So you're constantly testing yourself, but you're doing it aloud as well. Yeah. So you get the sentence in English, you try to say it in Spanish, you check the answer, I got it right, I got it wrong. Okay, whatever. Second one, you translate it into Spanish, and you do this for 5 minutes a day with as many sentences as you can. And the next day, you take it where you left it, and you continue. And when you finish the list, you go back and you start at the beginning, and you do it over and over. And you keep adding more sentences to the list by doing 5 minutes a day of writing more sentences, translating, and creating audio files. And eventually, you should have thousands of sentences that you've written and that you've memorized and that you've practiced over and over again that you're able to say with very few mistakes. This is how you learn to speak a language with 15 minutes a day. It's definitely not effortlessly the lazy way, none of that. But if you are someone who's busy and you want results with little time investment, this is the way to go.